Welcome to this video. Have you ever heard of a Ponzi scheme? A Ponzi scheme is simply a type of investment scam where investors are promised substantial returns. Companies that participate in Ponzi schemes focus all of their attention on luring new clients. Once the new entrants invest, the money is collected and used to pay the original investors as returns. However, a Ponzi scheme is not the same as a pyramid scheme. With a Ponzi scheme, investors are made to believe that they are earning returns from their investments. In contrast, participants in a pyramid scheme are aware that the only way they can make profits is by recruiting more people to the scheme. To a great extent, Ponzi schemes are investment tricks. Red flags of Ponzi schemes. Most Ponzi schemes come with some common attributes such as 1. Promise of high returns with minimal risk. In the real world, every investment one makes carries with it some degree of risk. In fact, investments that offer high returns typically carry more risk. So, if someone offers an investment with high returns and few risks, it is likely to be a too good to be true deal. Chances are the investor won't see any returns. 2. Overly consistent returns. Investments experience fluctuations all the time. For example, if one invests in the shares of a given company, there are times when the share price will increase and other times it will decrease. That said, investors should always be skeptical of investments that generate high returns consistently regardless of the fluctuating market conditions. 3. Unregistered investments. Before rushing to invest in a scheme, it's important to confirm whether the investment company is registered with U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, or state regulators. If it's registered, then an investor can access information regarding the company to determine whether it's legitimate. 4. Unlicensed sellers. According to federal and state law, one should possess a specific license or be registered with a regulating body. Most Ponzi schemes deal with unlicensed individuals and companies. 5. Secretive, sophisticated strategies. One should avoid investments that consist of procedures that are too complex to understand. History of the Ponzi scheme. The scheme got its name from one Charles Ponzi, a fraudster who duped thousands of investors in 1919. Ponzi promised a 50% return within 3 months on profits earned from international reply coupons. Back in the day, the Postal Service offered international reply coupons, which enabled a sender to pre-purchase postage and incorporate it in their correspondence. The recipient would then exchange the coupon for a priority airmail postage stamp at their home post office. Due to the fluctuations in postage prices, it wasn't unusual to find that stamps were pricier in one country than another. Ponzi saw an opportunity in the practice and decided to hire agents to buy cheap international reply coupons on his behalf, then send them to him. He exchanged the coupons for stamps, which were more expensive than what the coupon was originally bought for. The stamps were then sold at a higher price to make a profit. This type of trade is known as arbitrage, and it's not illegal. However, at some point, Ponzi became greedy. Under the Securities Exchange Company, he invited people to invest in the company, promising 50% returns within 45 days and 100% within 90 days. Given his success in the postage stamp scheme, no one doubted his intentions. Unfortunately, Ponzi never really invested the money. He just plowed it back into the scheme by paying off some of the investors. The scheme went on until 1920 when the Securities Exchange Company was investigated. The most famous Ponzi scheme is the one run by Bernie Madoff, which lasted for decades and caused billions of dollars in losses. Madoff promised investors consistent returns by using a split strike conversion strategy, but in reality was using new investor money to pay off earlier investors. The scheme eventually collapsed in 2008 during the financial crisis, and Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison. To recognize a Ponzi scheme, investors should be wary of promises of high returns with little to no risk. Ponzi schemes often use exclusive or secret investment strategies, and investors may be pressured to invest quickly before the opportunity is gone. In addition, investors should be wary of unregistered investment opportunities or individuals who are not licensed to sell securities. To avoid falling victim to a Ponzi scheme, investors should conduct thorough research before investing and only invest in registered securities. It's important to ask questions and seek advice from financial professionals, and to never invest more money than you can afford to lose. Remember, if an investment opportunity sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you so much for watching the video. Write in the comments if you have been a victim of a Ponzi scheme. Support us by subscribing to the channel.